Hello everyone. Uh, in this tutorial, I would like to teach you basic steps of navigating Mega Mirror Club, how to load animation, how to load template, how to change things, what you can change, and so on. So let's start first with the output size. So anything that is loaded first, so if you have an image or something, it will become that output size. Then you can change it to whatever you want. So let's say I added an image and I want to change the output size to strips, right? Uh, 600 by 1800 would be the strips. So then I can create strips, right? So uh, this is the shape which you can always make transparent with the make area transparent here, and you can duplicate for the same size and simply just drag it over down, right? So you have three photos. Now when you see output size, you can always change it to something else, and then you have the background color or the background uh, image. So you can upload both. So let's say I'm going to go to extras background, and I'm going to, let's say, take this any of the background, let's say just for example this one, and I'm going to load this background, and I'm going to, let's say, put it here, and as you see, it's as the layer here. This is the image, right? It's on top of all my other shapes. So all I do is I go backward 3 times. See, I can't go anymore. That means my background became here and it's behind all my layers. So anything on top is behind this. This is behind this. This is behind that, right? So if I would choose this and go backward, I will go behind my uh, background, right? I want to make sure my background is always first, right? So there you go. And if you want to create a frame on top of the transparency, all you have to do is you're gonna make something like this, and you have to go backward, so behind. So let's say I'm going to make a tiny, and I'm going to make it, let's say, black, right? So if I go on it, see this one, it's the last shape, sorry, this shape. So if I go on that, I can duplicate that and I can put it here. Of course, I have to go backward. I am duplicating, and once again I'm going backward, right? So now I have three frames, and then I can add, let's say, uh, this one you're making, let's say, something 80s, and I will just put that here. Always you can always uh, resize this. So when you're resizing, as you see, I am resizing however I want, right? Now, the other type of resize is when you hit the shift key and you're resizing. That means you will not lose its proportion, like its size, right? So you can go and hide that, because the way we did that is because if you have something and you want to hide half of it or a quarter or whatever, that's the way you do it without pressing anything. When you press shift, you are simply just keeping its full size, and it's not going to shrink or cut or anything, right? So just keep that in mind. Now let's go back and let's make the new custom size, and I'm going to now show you how to load an animation, for example. So let's say I'm going to load uh, an animation with the flyer. So I'm going to load, and I'm going to load with layers, and I'm going to play it so I can see the entire animation. As you see, a bar here that tells you, and then you have timelines, which tells you when things appear, when things disappear. This is the last ball, and it can disappear and it will not show in this moment. So let's say the animation is 25 seconds, and at 21 second I am not showing this, right, for the rest of the animation, which is 4 seconds, right? So keep that in mind. You have timelines, you can show things and hide them with this ball here. Showing them is with this ball. So whenever you want to show them in the animation, you have all the timelines. You can play around with it. If you're not a member, it is free to play around. You can do anything. You just won't be able to publish, right? If you if you want to if you want to publish it, of course there will be a fee. And if you're a member, you can play all day, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and you can do unlimited uh, at any time, right? So in here, in the animation, as you see, we also have all the layers. So we have the text that you can change to whatever the number that you have. You can change this text, this text, this text. You can also change the color of the boxes. You can change the font size and the font uh, itself. You can animate it, so you want to fade in or you want to wipe, as you see. And you have the text color and the text outline as well. You can change it. Any 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 text that you see, you can actually change it, right? If you can't for some reason select something, you just click anywhere here to go back to your layers. You can also choose a layer, which is this one, and also double click on that and change things around, right? So anything in the animation as well, you can change it and then publish it. So you can change completely to a different, so this is a flyer, you can change this to a completely different uh, photo booth. So if you have an image of photo booth, you just upload, and so you select this one, you delete this one, which is delete here, and you upload new one. Of course, you go to timeline and make it proper timing for it to appear, right? So that's an animation to load. Now let's go and load template, right? All the templates, you can change things around however you want. So let's say I have this template, which is the 2. I'm going to to load it. As you see, you have the balls, and you can delete that, let's say. If you don't like it, you can delete this one as well. Or if you want more, you can duplicate, and you can have more of the same thing. Anything can be duplicated, right? So let's say you want to duplicate this, and then you want to flip it. So one from this side, let's say, one from this side, frontward, let's say like that. You want two, right? No problem. You can duplicate anything, and you can rotate it or flip it upside down. Uh, so you can pretty much do the same size. So if you, let's say you want this size, you duplicate that size. If you want this size, you duplicate that size, right? So just keep in mind, and let's say you made a mistake, simply delete, right? No problem. If you want, once again, with this resizing, as you see, I am resizing like normal, or sorry, or you can resize with the shift key, right? Shift key, it will not, the ball will not disappear. It will keep it however you want big, however you want small, it will always be there, right? With the shift key, remember, right? And again, in here you have this is your frame. Of course, uh, you can upload a frame or get, so let's say I'm going to delete this one, and I actually want a frame, or if you have frame, or you can load one of our frames here. So let's say, let's keep it simple, uh, any frame really. Let's say this one, just an example. You can upload your own, as I say, all the time. So this one, let's say, is like that with the shift key, right? You can use also arrow keys, up, down, left, right, right? You can position things. You don't need to do it with the mouse. You can also position as well uh, with the arrows, right? And of course, duplicating it, would you can go on the other side as well, right? So you get the picture. All all the layers you can change. There is a grass. You can have it lower. You can have it full. You can make it bigger, right? So if I want to make it bigger, I'm just making it bigger. And that's how you do manage your layers, right? So you can resize your layers. You can add to the template or the animations. You can add things. You can add images, logos, text, any type of shapes, and keep in mind uh, the this is the shape. Any shape that you can make can be transparent. So this becomes transparent. However it is, it becomes transparent. So if you need transparency anywhere, you can, which whether is vertical or horizontal. So if I want to change things to in here to horizontal frame, it's not an issue because I'm just deleting, right? And I'm going to make like that, like this. Just an example once again. Then I can make, of course, this as a frame first, and then I can make I can make the transparency, right? So let's say right there, position, you can always position it to, make transparent. You can always use your arrows if you need. There you have it. You can go in right in the middle, so you have the guidelines there. And there I just changed the two photos to one photo, and right there, just change things around. I just changed from two photo vertically to one photo horizontal, right? You can do whatever you want. You can have three photos horizontal or however you want. You manage you manage how you want the photos, right? So if you want two photos, let's say horizontal, just an example, yes, you can do it. You simply duplicate this. I'm just not gonna like position it perfectly or anything, but you are the boss and you can position however you want things. I'm just showing you basically that you can do any type of size, and whether it's a or a horizontal or vertical, you can do it, right? So it's not a problem. Uh, like I said, again, you can duplicate this and just put it however you want, right? So there you have it. You can position things anywhere. You can make any type of size. You can change sizes from one to another. You can do 360 templates. You can do one photo layout, two photo layout, three photo layout, four photo layout, five photo layout, however you want to make. And of course, a size in here, you make any size you want, right? So if you change the size, then you have to position things uh, differently, right? So you just position it, right? So let's say this size is for something else, some other booth, right? And the size is 3000 by 3000. So there you have it. This is basics. Uh, Hands down the best platform. No doubt you can do you can do things here lively, and you just publish it and download the PNG file or MP4 file, right? So it's either PNG file, which is the template, or you get the MP4 file, which is the animation. Any questions? Always here to help. We are all also on chat, so if you want to chat, uh, just say hello and ask questions, or if we are not here, simply leave us a email, and we usually reply very fast. So there you have it, another tutorial. This is kind of like a Bible of the Mega Mirror Club, because now you know how to move things around, how to manage, how to switch from one to another, and so on. Have a good day.